So I recently closed my third deal as a real estate agent this month, and it has been amazing. Very thankful for what God has given me, all the blessings He have been sending my way. And I realized that I haven't told you guys about how my second deal went and how that closed on May 17th of this month as well. So in today's video, I want to tell you guys how I got that lead and how it led to closing. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hey everyone, my name is Stephanie Kabidi. I'm a realtor in the state of Pennsylvania. And before this video starts, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn that bell button on so you guys never miss an upload. And with that being said, let's get right into today's video. Okay guys, so I want to get right into this video for ones out there that haven't even had their first deal. And as you guys can see, if you watched my channel from the beginning, from August 5th of 2020, once I got my license, till now, it's been a journey. It's been so long since I got my first deal. It took me 9 months just to get my first real estate deal. And you got to think about that, 9 months of not getting paid. But as long as you just continue to be consistent with what you're doing, whatever prospecting method you're doing, and you have faith, then it's all gonna come. And I definitely saw it this month with me getting 3 deals this month, which was insane. But for you guys that are curious about this deal, let's get right into it. So with this deal, the lead probably came, I would say towards the end of January, and I did not pay anything. This was no prospecting method on my end. It wasn't social media, wasn't door knocking, cold calling, any of that. But what happened was my brokerage reached out to me, my manager there. She said,
hey, did you want to take this referral? They're already pre-approved, looking to find homes in this price range.
And I was like,
yeah, sure, I'll definitely do it.
So just from this being a referral, yeah, there's a referral fee, but me being able to get another deal out of this and being able to build that relationship is huge, and it's gonna go a long way in the future. So I said, yeah, of course, I'll definitely take the lead. And first day we went out, saw a house they wanted to see, and they made it kind of clear that it wasn't the one for them, and I could tell that it wasn't the one for them. So we discussed more. You know, I had some the house paperwork there of, like, you know, how many beds, baths, square footage, the MLS document. But yeah, we talked a little bit, got to know each other, and then I was like, okay, well, let's go to, you know, Panera Bread, Dunkin' Donuts, whatever you guys prefer, and then we could go over how I can represent you. Just because the way I was like saying things, they already felt comfortable with me and they wanted me to be their agent. And just so you guys know, when your brokerage does send you a referral, that doesn't mean that that's your client. That's still a customer. You only have a client once they sign the buyer agency agreement with you, or if it's for a listing, the listing agreement. So we went to Panera Bread. It was probably like 2 days later. I had the buyer agency agreement with me, I had the consumer notice with me, and I had this home buyer guide. And a lot of people ask me, where have I got my home buyer guide? So it's actually from Stevie Hahn. You can check her out on Instagram, and she has it in her SD page. I think it's about $25, where it's kind of all laid out for you. And the only thing you have to do is like customize it to make it fit, you know, you and your brand. So I love that, and the layout is amazing. So I definitely got one of those. And just being able to have that layout, it just makes the buyer consultations a whole lot easier and simple when you're explaining the home buying process. So I highly recommend you guys go out, check out Stevie Hahn. But other than that, I also brought with me the wants and needs sheet that my brokerage has, and it just goes over like how many beds, how many baths, what location are you looking for, you know, like if they're pre-approved yet or not, like all this information for me to be able to have to write down, just so I know, okay, this is what they're looking for. I'm able to implement that into the MLS, start them up on that home search, and get the process going. So it was super chill. Like this was actually my first time meeting clients in person, and not clients, customers, meeting a customer, a potential buyer in person to get the agreement signed. Because usually, like for my other buyers, we just signed it like on Zoom, you know, over the phone, stuff like that through Dotloop. But this one was in person, so it kind of changes the game a little bit. You get a little more nervous, but it was good. Everything was good. Sat down, had a good conversation, talked about their pets, I highly recommend you just find things that you're able to relate to, and that just builds the relationship even more with the person. You know, got to talking about that, coffee stuff, which was really good. And then after we have chatted a little bit, I went through the home buyer guide. They understood it, which was great. I answered any questions they had at the time, and I remember there's this question they asked me. They're like,
so how long have you been doing this?
So I was like, okay. I was like, oh man. So the way I worded it, I went around, like I didn't say, oh, I was doing this for like 7 months or 6 months at the time, because this was back in, you know, the end of January. And I was like, I grew up in a real estate family, which I did, you know, I'm not lying about that. So I grew up in a real estate family, you know, been doing real estate stuff for a long time. And I recently decided to get my license, so it hasn't been too long, but you know, I'm excited to do it and being able to help buyers. And I kind of just worded it like that, and they were super cool with it. You know, the question just passed on and the process just kept rolling. So after that, we got the documents signed, and then that's when I went back to the office and made sure to put it onto my dot loop and stuff like that. And I remember quickly after that, they sent me a home, and it was about an hour away or so, but went to go see it right away, because they're your buyers. You gotta go. If they're ready, you gotta go. So I went, checked the home out, wasn't the one, and I can't say a number of like how many homes we checked overall, like showed, but it was quite a few, I would say. And then I would say like another month went by. We found one, went under contract. It was great just because this was my first time going under contract with a buyer. You know, this was my first one, my first so-called deal I thought it was gonna be. But then it was like all this stuff needing repairs after inspections, and the deal just fell through. I got a call in the morning like, hey, we want to back out. And it wasn't a call, it was actually a text that, hey, we're looking to back out. So I'm like,
okay, just stay calm, you know, take a deep breath. It's all good, you know, positive things are going to come. You just gotta stay positive, you know?
So that morning I was like, okay, let's go get some Starbucks, because I need some Starbucks just to relax. But that morning, made sure to send over the termination agreement, all that stuff. Was able to get the deposit back, which was good for them. And then it was probably like 2 more houses after that, we found the one. All right, so it's insane. So we found the one, you know, showed it, they loved it. I thought it was great for them. And I don't believe we weren't in a multiple offer situation, which made it even better, 100% better, and everything went smoothly. And I remember there was something that came up during the appraisal. It was just small things like the staircase needed a handrail, and stuff like that. Super small, nothing major to worry about. Sellers were willing to do everything, literally. Sometimes you'll have those sellers that will do it right away. Sometimes you're gonna have those sellers that aren't willing to do anything. So that was amazing, and literally after that, the deal just kind of went through and slowly, smoothly went to closing. So everything was good, but I want to tell you guys that the thing I realized throughout this process of having my first property under contract with these clients, even though that didn't close that first time, me realizing, okay, the best thing to do to be able to get deals is to be prepared, to have systems in place. Because like for me, I realized like God's not gonna send me all these leads at once if I'm not prepared, if I don't have the systems in place. It's just gonna make me overwhelmed and stuff like that. He's never gonna give you anything that you can't handle. So you wanna make sure you're prepared. You wanna make sure you have that home buyer guide like I did. And whenever I did get that home buyer guide, it literally came like that. More people started reaching out to me, and then that's how that deal on May 11th, you know, came about. Literally right after I got the home buyer guide, more deals started coming, because now I have systems in place. Now I have something for the buyer consultation, and it's really good to have. It's really good to be prepared. And for you guys out there that are still waiting to get that first deal, talk with your company. Talk with your brokerage. Even if you haven't even signed with the brokerage yet, make sure and ask your brokerage, hey, do you guys give out referrals? You know, you have referral fees, whether it may be 20%, 25%, 30%, doesn't matter. You want to get that first deal so you learn the business, you start gaining the knowledge, because there's going to be, each deal is not the same, but you want to learn the basics of it. All right, you know, the contracts, going over the agreement of sale, different stuff like that. So definitely work on getting that first deal and talk with your brokerage about referrals. So I hope this video helped you in any way. If it gave you guys any value, any knowledge, whatever it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go subscribe if you're not subscribed. Turn that bell button on so you guys never miss an upload. And let me know if you guys have had your first deal yet, if you're waiting to get your second, your third, or maybe you're on your like 50th deal. Just comment it down below. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video.